Let's predict the grand final. It is the biggest game of the year, and who are we going to tip out of the Swans and out of the Brisbane Lions? Will the Swans get the job done, or will the Lions get the upset? Now, the favourites are the Swans. The injury to Big O. Who's going to replace him? Darcy Fort, probably. That's a sticking point. They've played more games in recent weeks. They've had the extra games break, given they had that break in the second finals week, which Brisbane played in. And also, I just think, if you compare these prelims, that would have taken a lot of energy out of Brisbane, and that was pretty cruisy for the Swans. I think the Swans play the G better. Their history of the G is awful, but all I'm saying is head-to-head is more geared towards Brisbane. Brisbane, I think, will have a tiny bit of extra incentive to win, given last year's close grand final loss, but they lost the grand final before. The reality is this is a game of heartbreak. One of these teams is going to be double heartbroken in possibly 2 to 3 years. And that's pretty rare. I mean, it happened with St Kilda, Collingwood, and Geelong. It happened with Collingwood against Brisbane back in the early 2000s. But it's rare to see a team lose 2 grand finals in the space of 2, sometimes 3 years. But it's going to happen. Anyway, enough rambling on. I'm going to tip the club of the Brisbane Lions. I'm tipping Brisbane to get an upset win. The reality is, I have no bias. I like both these teams. I don't prefer one or the other. But I just think Brisbane, when push comes to shove and when the heat is on, I reckon they'll stand up. And that's purely a prediction. But what is your grand final tip?